Hello, everyone. I'm back in front of you to discuss a really important matter. Chicago City Council members are calling for the resignation of several city officials. And this happened after the state did not allow the Brighton Park migrant camp plan to continue. The state struck down the plan for a migrant camp in Brighton Park. There was a lot of noise about the Brighton Park migrant camp proposal. The plan was to provide housing for up to 2,000 migrants. That's a lot of people. 2,000 migrants. That was the plan. The city officials wanted the plan to move forward, but the residents from the area did not want the migrant camp to be built. There was protest in the area. And then the governor's office announced that the state would not proceed with the migrant camp plan in Brighton Park. The plan was canceled. And this is because of environmental issue. Reportedly, there are concerns about toxic chemicals on site, and that's why the state did not allow the plan to move forward. And now, Chicago City Council members are asking for the resignation of several city officials who were involved with the migrant camp plan. The person who I think should be resigning is Mayor Brandon Johnson, because of Chicago city government's lack of transparency and accountability. The Chicago city government is not a transparent and accountable entity. There's lack of transparency, there's lack of accountability, and I think Mayor Brandon Johnson should resign. How can a mayor, during such crisis, still continue to allow the city of Chicago to be called a sanctuary city? How can a mayor, during such crisis, allow millions of taxpayer dollars to be allocated for undocumented immigrants while homeless Americans continue to suffer? How can a mayor, in spite of such strong opposition from Chicago residents, push for migrant camps to be built? How can Mayor Brandon Johnson, along with some other liberal mayors, asked the Biden administration for $5 billion for the undocumented immigrants, while Americans in need struggle to put food on the table? American citizens struggle to put food on the table. And Mayor Brandon Johnson and his and other liberal mayors asked the Biden administration for $5 billion, not for American citizens, but for undocumented immigrants. So we understand what Mayor Johnson's priorities are. His priority seems to be undocumented immigrants and not American citizens. With Mayor Brandon Johnson in charge, the public safety situation in Chicago has not improved. There is widespread crime in the city. A mayor's first and foremost priority must be to ensure law and order and to keep communities safe. But Mayor Brandon Johnson is not doing his job properly. I think Mayor Brandon Johnson should resign. His administration is not prioritizing American citizens, and they are busy focusing on undocumented immigrants. The question, my friends, is who will represent the priorities of the Americans living in Chicago? Who will represent the American citizens in the city of Chicago? Who will think about their well-being? Mayor Brandon Johnson and his administration, they are focusing on undocumented immigrants. Who will think about the American citizens in the city of Chicago? Was Mayor Brandon Johnson elected by undocumented immigrants? The answer is no. He was elected to office by the American citizens in Chicago. Then why is Mayor Brandon Johnson not paying attention to the needs of the American citizens? Please share with me your thoughts. Go to tossifanam.net, send me a message, and please let me know what your thoughts and opinions are. If you are watching this video and you are a Chicago resident, I want to hear from you. What are you experiencing living in the city? What are you seeing in your neighborhood? What do you think about the city officials and their priorities? Do you think that they are doing their job properly? Or do you think that it is time to elect new leaders in Chicago? Share with me your thoughts. I'll be back again with another video. And please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks again.